Hi, my friend. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you again. Last time you were here, we were talking about Baby Reindeer, which is your show and your creation, and it was just starting to get buzz, and then everyone was talking about it. And now I can say proudly, you are a 3-time Emmy winner, Richard Gadd. That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
That's quite a suggestive picture you've got there.
Yes, you in the kilt there spread out.
Quite a lot of knee.
Yes, a lot of you, yeah. This is a pretty good album cover, by the way. This is pretty good if you ever want to release an album.
Keep that one in mind.
Why not, yeah. Last time when you came on the show to talk about Baby Reindeer, I know we had, I think, Ariana Grande and Ron Howard here, and they all came up to you, and they were like, we love the show, Richard, blah, blah, and you were like, I can't believe Ariana Grande knows the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think she said she'd watched it about 4 times, which I couldn't actually believe. It was crazy.
Does it freak you out?
It's mad. I mean, the thing that just surprises me is just how many people have watched it. I think within the first 8 weeks, over 80 million people watched the show.
Yes.
And I sort of...
It's amazing.
I mean, it's crazy. And then it means that pretty much everywhere I go, I get recognized to some degree. And that was just such an overnight sort of thing. Like the amount of people, like I remember even, funnily enough, at the Emmys, I remember seeing so many of my heroes, like I'm a big fan of Steve Martin, and I went up to, maybe I should leave him be, I don't want to pester him, he's Steve Martin.
Yeah.
And I remember going up to him and saying, hey, could I get a photo? Is that right? And he said, only if I can get one too. And I'd grown up watching this guy, like, you know.
I mean, he's the best, Steve Martin.
And
you're like, Steve Martin wants a picture with me?
Yeah, it was crazy. And he asked for one, he took out his phone, he did it, and it's one of those pinch me moments, you know. And
you also had accepted a Peabody Award from the one and only Stephen Merchant, who, man, he's one of my favorites. Gosh, he's a funny guy. But you had said that he's one of the reasons Baby Reindeer exists in the first place.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I grew up, I was about 12 years old when the UK Office came out, and I absolutely loved it. And I remember, I don't know, it was almost like a coming of age for me. Like I sort of understood human behavior almost in a way, because there's something so funny about it, but also so tragically sad, I guess, and human. And I remember researching into it and researching into these Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant guys. And I knew at that age, they'd written it, they were in it, and I said, that's what I want to do. And I knew, clear as day, like a clarion in my head, that's what I want to do, that's what I want to be.
And then you did it.
Yeah.
You crushed it, yeah. I mean, come on. Not only are you creating giant television shows and winning awards, but I know you're a huge soccer fan, or or football, what you call it. Yes, yes.
Football,
of course. Yeah. Are you excited about the World Cup coming up?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's funny because I surprised my dad for Christmas, right? You won't believe this. I surprised my dad for Christmas with like all the flights and all. Like I treated him like I'm going to take you to the World Cup, and I still, if you can believe it, haven't managed to get any tickets. That's how, yeah. So almost like have to take the Christmas present back at this point. But isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What else do you want, Dad? Yeah, I can't get. It's tough to get tickets.
It's tough. It's unbelievable. And because Scotland haven't been there since 1998.
Well, that's you. You're Scottish.
Yeah. Like they're the most in-demand tickets. I heard that the most in-demand ticket at the World Cup is Scotland v Brazil, because it's the nation that haven't been there in over 20 years, and then it's the world's most famous footballing nation. And so it's
Brazil.
Like gold dust. Yeah.
Oh no, you can't do. Yeah, but you got to find a way.
Yeah, I've got to find
come
a way.
to Jersey. You can stay at my house.
Yeah, deal.
You're welcome. Yeah, well, at least your dad can stay.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, we'll take care of your dad.
I'll sleep on the porch outside.
Yeah, no problem. You've gone from playing on pub teams to playing Soccer Aid. This is a huge charity game.
Yeah.
And you played it for the first time last year. Look at you. Come on, sporty. You got to do it all. Look at that. That's FIFA. That should be in the video game.
Yes, yeah.
That should be in FIFA the next year of FIFA. How does it compare to any matches that you played growing up?
Well, there was a lot less Wayne Rooney growing up. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. I mean, I remember, funny enough, when I did Sunday League, I played all the way till when Baby Reindeer came out. I was still playing football for a pub team called the Old Shillelagh FC. And I remember the decision I decided to stop playing was because Baby Reindeer came out and I couldn't escape it, even when I was playing on the pitch. I remember I was going through on goal and I took a shot and I skied it about 40 yards over the crossbar, and everyone goes, "Stick to Netflix, mate. You should stick to Netflix."
See?
And it's funny.
Humble you a little bit.
Oh, it was crazy. And I remember like I just couldn't escape it. And the other teams always thought it was so funny. Like I always remember I was at a corner and some guy was marking it. He goes, "Hey, are you that guy from Baby Reindeer?" And I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Well, thank God you found acting because your comedy was..."
Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
why not?
Humble you a little bit. But I mean, that must be a pinch me moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, going to Soccer Aid was unbelievable. I mean, I remember it was crazy because, you know, I'd grown up idolizing all these football players and, you know, you get to play not with them, you get to play with amazing actors and musicians and all these kinds of things. And I remember I was backstage, that's the actor in me. I was in the dressing room and and I remember they were reading out the lineup, and everyone wants to start at Soccer Aid. It's like a big honor. You're in the starting lineup, so everyone's sitting there hoping they start. And you put down your positions beforehand. So I put down left back or left wing because those were the positions that I played for my pub team. And then they're reading out the lineup, and it's the goalkeeper, right back, and then they say, and centre back, Richard Gadd. And I'm like, whoa, out of position. I'm completely out of position. And I remember these nerves. I remember being like, oh, excuse me for a second. I went to the bathroom and I was putting on my shin pads and I was literally shaking. And I remember thinking, okay, this is like...
But that's a lot of pressure.
Oh, it's so much pressure because the centre-back is one of the key positions. If you make a mistake, they're through on goal.
Goal, yeah.
And I remember thinking, either I let this nerves get me or I live the dream that I've had since I was a kid. And I took a big, deep breath in. I emptied myself of the nerves and I went out there and I had the best time of my life. I remember playing in the pitch, and a lot of times, because I've worked so hard in my life and I've been behind the laptop, I've always been existentially, what is it all for? But I remember as I was kicking the ball about Old Trafford, I remember thinking, oh, this is what it was all for.
This is what it's all for, yeah. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That's great.
No, it's amazing.
And your dad must have been proud, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Let's talk about your new show, Half Man. It premiered last week. It's getting rave reviews. Just quickly, if you want to plug your ears. Half Man is Richard Gadd's outstanding return to TV, riveting and profound, says Variety. Half Man is the best show of 2026, and appointment TV at its finest, says Digital Spy. And then New York Post, they say Half Man should sweep the Emmys. Come on, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
How do we set up the show? It starts kind of between an intense scene between two brothers.
Yeah, it's kind of about men and sort of male repression, male violence. We meet me and Jamie Bell, the fantastic Jamie Bell. We meet us in a very odd situation in the present day, and we flash back to all the way to 1980 Scotland, and where we see all the kind of learned behaviours and prejudices that these characters soak up, which go on to make them kind of broken males in the present. It's an exploration of sort of male repression and masculinity.
And I want to show everyone a clip of this. Here's Richard Gadd in Half Man. Take a look at this.
Oh, no. Come here. Yeah. Come here. I'm proud of you, yeah? You know that.
Yikes! Richard Gadd, Half Man airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. on HBO and HBO Max. We'll be right back with the crew from NASA's Artemis 2. Stick around.